Welcome back, guys, to Octopath Traveller, where setting out from Borderfall, Therion entered the woodlands, and in the town of Svarki, met H'aanit, whose master we learned had gone on a journey to defeat Red Eye, but in the meantime, a monster in the Whisperwood had started attacking beasts and men aplenty, and so the duo head in to deal with the threat. Arrow Storm, attack all foes 5 to 8 times with a bow, but that's even more. Oh, all foes, yeah, that's really good. Take aim, increases all allies' critical rate and accuracy for 2 turns, and an unknown skill. I'm going to go for elemental coverage. I think it's a good idea. We got fire and we got lightning. In the meantime, I'm going to take Steel SP. Because if I can use his abilities and then take more SP, that'll be great. Incidental attack. In learning this skill, you unlocked a new support skill. Right, learning support skills. You can now equip support skills from the skills menu. Select skills and equip support skills. Here you can choose which support skills you want to use. Why don't you give it a try? Sure. Right, equipping support skills. All you need to do to reap the benefits of these handy skills is equip them. Learn more skills to unlock additional support skills. Don't forget to equip them, otherwise they won't work. You can equip up to 4 support skills at one time. When using a non-damaging skill on a foe, there is a 50% chance you will attack as well. So when stealing, I might mug now instead. That's cool. Alright, so if I lock another one for H'aanit, I'll probably get a support skill as well. Not bad. More power, we gather. Oh, look. Sorry, I just got caught as I went past by the crackling fire sound effect. Wait a second, is down an option? It looked like it was for a second. Now I've got to battle again.
Now, let us hunt him. Letting my arrow fly.
So it seems that H'aanit in general is faster. So I can finish him off quite nicely.
I honor thee, my quarry.
As long as I keep getting untouched, I get more bonuses. Therian's about to level up again. Wahaha! Oh, I'm stuck. Alright, Shadow Soul Stone. So there's loads of items that we haven't even bothered looking into using yet. The base abilities are good enough for me currently. Another chest over there.
Now, let us hunt him.
My turn.
When it comes to single enemies, and when you haven't got regenerating skill points in any sense, that's when you want to...
Letting the hunt.
I should have went with a double attack. Okay, weak to axes too.
Out of my way.
Well, that's not working for me. That's killing him.
Where's the nearest tavern?
Right, Therion levels up to level 8. So essentially, we're going to quickly out-level everyone's starting stories, but that's because we want to level up for further stuff, further content. Spiriting Plum, there's a chest hidden up there. Okay, is this the way further forward? It looks blocked for now. It's like a cliffside.
Standest thou against me?
I like how hard it is to
Then
see
be
as well.
hunted.
You don't exactly know what path you're going
way.
down at any one point in time.
Come in, if thou darest.
Come on, H'aanit, finish it off.
My turn.
Ah, my turn.
Come in.
Many axe strikes.
Thou didst fight with courage.
We'll go untouched every battle, that's right. What thou hast done to this of Chatterroom? I've done nothing. H'aanit did it. There's some people up there. Oh, what's you?
Letting the hunt beginning.
Arrows, no good.
Out of my way.
Dagger's no good.
Out of my way.
Swords are a weakness. Axes
What
too.
next?
Yep. That means we can really clean up.
Thou didst fight with courage.
That first battle when you're trying to choose what to get with. Alright then. Wondering if in the darkness something else was hidden.
Letting us begin.
There's a chest to our left, but there's definitely some guys
Letting
as well.
my arrow fly and true.
Out of my way.
And I guess we should really be looking at the bar here, which tells us who's going to be attacking next, which is H'aanit.
Coming.
Yeah!
The hunt ends.
If I see some more piggins, I'm probably going to go grab their abilities too. Right, so the beast is over there. But there was a chest. I'm sure I saw a red sparkling chest. Where's that? I've already picked it up, probably.
Letting us begin.
That is my target over there.
Letting my arrow fly and true.
I'm still busy exploring everything though, is the main problem. Now that we got two people, we can actually break both on the first turn. Ow, I should have probably noticed which one was going to be able to attack. In what order?
Letting the hunt begin.
That would have been clever.
My turn.
Poor H'aanit. Oh, H'aanit's been blinded. So that's something new. So that's an ability that this has. Let's take a status effect, eh? You can see all the different mark ones. Times summonable. The forest ratkin's got lower strength. Plus we've got arrows ourselves. So let's release you.
The hunt ends.
That was a harder foe, but H'aanit took it nicely. Levels up. Alright, do I wander into our enemy here? If you need anything, just say the word. Well, it depends what you can give me. I've got loads of healing grapes. I've been yoinking them from pretty much everyone. But the question for me is, does the area at the top right there have more treasure chests? Does the area at the left here, which is our objective. Yeah, there's a treasure chest. Will it warp us out of here afterwards and we'd have to travel back? Another enemy!
Letting us begin.
So this guy will actually attack next, unless I break him, which gives me a solid 2 turns of attack. Which is obviously not bad.
Try that.
Letting the hunt begin.
One rat there.
The hunt ends.
Job done. Right. So, what is here? That looks beautiful. And it has red eyes.
Not acceptable.
That is enough. Now scareless me not, beast. Is it not so? Thou wert driven from thine home. Bested by a beast more powerful, thou fledst and foundest thyself here.
I see.
I understand thy pain all too well. But to turn on thy grief and anger against innocent creatures, that is a sin of men. It was thy duty to adapt into the forest, to let it find a place for you. Instead, thou wouldst rip out its heart and claim it as thine own. This cannot be forgiven. Thou hast trespassed, beast. And in the name of the forest, I visit judgment upon thee.
Come in then, if this beest thy will.
Out of my way.
6 shield. Something tells me he's stronger than we expect. Well, let's try and figure out a weakness first of all. Start knocking out. Ow!
If thou darest.
Okay, bows. Of course it would be. This thing's stronger than you'd expect. Swords?
Try this.
Good.
What next?
So, you can only attack 3 times maximum.
Come in, if thou darest.
We need to hit it into a weakness state. So that'll freeze it for a couple of turns. Plus, I can do HP Thief to maximum
You're too.
for some incredibly strong damage and a full heal. So we don't actually have to worry too much
What next?
about what's going on. Right. I just wonder what's better, summoning Lind at this point, or just going for stuff like deal critical damage with a bow to a single foe would be pretty nice. Let's use Rain of Arrows. If it does 5 to 8 times, do you think that hits the shield repeatedly? If it does, that could help us out quite a bit in the future. But I'm going to wait for this attack turn to end. Because he's going to undaze and attack us this turn.
Letting the hunt begin.
And then think about breaking him again. So we hit H'aanit for quite a bit. Let's use the hunter skills again, Rain of Arrows, and see if it affects the shield multiple times.
Rain and arrows up on them.
That makes it a hell of a lot more useful.
My turn.
Alright, build up our abilities. H'aanit's taking a lot of fire. So if I summon the Mossy Meek, which restores health, it is essentially a potion. Let's go for a singular attack. It's too bad it can't fall down further down the turn gauge here. %35 chance to steal. To be honest, I'm fine just attacking him, but if I attack on the next turn, I freeze him for 2 turns, but I've got 2 turns anyway. So, you know how that is?
Come in, if thou
Let's
darest.
break. And then do I go to use something like True Strike to see how much critical damage will do power-wise?
Aim and carefully shoot.
707. This is the good time to be using crazy abilities after all. Right, we get another attack with H'aanit. I always think the HP Thief does a ton of damage, so another 700-ish.
Letting the hunt
Right,
begin.
H'aanit's getting low. But let's just go with a normal attack. Again, build up the bar. Right, he went for Therion. Great. So if I go again... Standard attack, not one
Letting
shield
the
off.
hunt begin.
I wish I had the other thing, actually. Alright, we got 2. Alright, we get 2 attacks first. So if we attack... Yeah. 1 time with each.
Letting my arrow
Building
fly
up my charger again. I'll put us in a good state for next
Letting
turn.
the hunt beginning. Holding back nothing.
What happens if I summon Lind at full power? Not as much damage as I could have done in Critical Strike, but it is a free attack. Alright, keep using my HP Thief.
You're too.
It's such good damage. This thing's got a ton more HP than the last guy we fought.
I'm sorry.
Out of my way.
Okay. Therion could take the hit, but H'aanit couldn't because we didn't know a multiple attack was going to come. I actually thought he'd be dead by now. How many of these do we have? 6.
Here.
It does with 500 HP too, so it means they're in fighting shape.
Out of my way.
Ha, not good. Ghisarma appears ready to respond to any attack. And is preparing to pounce too.
Come in, if thou darest.
The only response to that,
Letting my
really,
arrow fly and true.
Out of my way. No, you don't.
is full defense, isn't it? Death from above? Ooh!
Out of my way.
Well, that was painful. So it's still got that buff. I don't want to test this too much, but let's use Therion and see what happens. So he gets 2 straight counters. 2 counters he gets. So no matter what, I've got to trigger the counters too. Nasty. So this guy just got really serious. Oh, it only heals to H'aanit?
What next?
That I didn't think. I think I'd be able to choose a heal. Nope. As soon as I press it, it heals to H'aanit.
Using this.
That's no good. And that actually knocks out Therion's extra attacks too. Wow. It missed its chance to counterattack, so it does go away after a certain amount of turns, but now it's preparing to pounce with death or above again. We get 2 turns. So we could choose to break it on its next turn. So I could attack this turn.
Letting my arrow fly and true.
Do I break it now? Because I can. But I can also leave it. I mean, I could leave it to the next turn because we've got another turn before it pounces. We can break it on the next turn. But I can also get a heal.
This will help us.
It just means I won't be gaining any extra BP.
My turn.
So, for example, I can just go for this here with Therion. So if I go for a normal attack... Oh, it died! It died off 1 hit! It was basically... I was playing for another break, but it was actually on its last legs all the time. Another sub's been gifted. Thank you very much, Judicious. As the battle is won. It was on its last legs. The healing great bunch has been gained. Okay. Some damage was dealt by that enemy.
Thy life is given not in vain, for it will feed in others. Thou art of the forest now, and in the forest naught is lost. Come in, my friends. This life belongeth to all. The animals that eateth the grass becometh food for the animals that eateth meat. The eaters of meat in their turn feedeth those yet stronger. And when the strongest of all dieth, his life is returned to the forest. His flesh feedeth the soil, the grass. His blood becometh sap, his bones wood. He becometh the food of the plant-eaters, and the circle beginneth once more. Lives entwined, a tapestry woven anew each dawn, every thread a part of the whole.
Listen, H'aanit. Being a hunter means taking lives. We do it so we might live. Never forget, it is thy sacred duty to live on.
To surviving, and honouring those felled by thine own arrows. As long as he speaketh only of hunting, he is the wisest of men. If only that were all he cared about. The hunt is over. Now it is time to tend in to the fallen.
Good day.
You look well. I trust the hunt was a success.
Well,
The beasts will trouble thee no longer. These graves.
Yes.
I took the liberty of digging them while I waited for your return.
thou hast my thanks.
Thank thee, but I have a request. Leaving the beasts be, letting the forest reclaimeth them. That is the way of the wood.
But of course.
As you wish, milady. Hagen! Thou returns to us! Where is Master? Have something befallen him? He is confused and frightened. Thou didst run here, didst thou not? And alone. Doth Master need of my help?
Just so.
It's all right. Easy, boy. Easy. There now. That's a good boy. Master is in trouble. That much is clear. I must hasten to his side, if anything were to happen to him.
The hunt is on.
Hagen, canst thou guide me to Master? Whatever hath befallen him, we shall save him, thou and I. And so I take it our second story is clear. Do we beat up any more of the townsfolk? That is the next question. Ain't that the way? Hey, you've woken up, I see.
Leave it to me.
Might I show you the fruits of my training? Do you get better, do you? No. Why do you want me to beat you up? Honestly. I'm not quite sure your utter wanting for me to smack you up a bit. I'll take your plum, though, as well. Should I try to steal from this guy now, this fancy helmet? Oh, got 55% chance now. It's gone up. Obviously with my level, by the look of things. Right, we stole the headgear nicely. So the stronger I get, or the higher level I get, the better off we are for stealing stuff. In that respect, it seems pretty good for getting Therion, to get just easy items as we go. Right. We've got bronze helm equipped here on H'aanit. The headgear itself is way better. Well, a fair bit better. We also have the battle axe here. It'll lower the element attack, but we're not using element attack, so we'll go with the accuracy, I guess. Physical attack goes down for both these options, so we'll leave them. Round shield on both, the wind attire. I think we're good to set off on our next journey, don't you?
So thou art going after Zonta.
Hagen here cameth seeking my help. In his letter, he said he was bound for Stonegard. We shall begin our search there.
I pray it is no more serious than an ill-founded wager that left him unable to payeth his innkeeper. For a Hagen who cometh all this way alone, I cannot help but fear the worst. Prithee, take us care.
We will.
And don nothing foolish. Don as Zonta saith, child, not as he would doeth.
Thank you, Chief. Fear him not for us. We shall be back before the next moon, with Master at our side. Stayest safe, Master. We're coming.
And so did the Huntress H'aanit set out on her journey. Her master having vanished, hunting the Baleful Red-Eye. It now fell to her to find him and bring him home. What fate awaits her on the road ahead? Only the gods can say. And so our travelling caravan becomes 2. Alright then. On the next road. The next nearest seems to be, if we continue on this trail. Okay, now the recommended level has gone up again. Recommended level 7. H'aanit's a little bit below that, but of course Therion's nicely above. They're all level 7, so everything's just kind of scaling as we go along. I wonder if we can take, like, a boat here. That would be nice. For the next one, the Frostlands, Flamesgrace. Off we go then. Into the wilderness, into the wilds. Hopefully we'll find some more mossy pigs that just heal H'aanit and no one else. How dare they?
Standest thou against me?
Standest
Then
thou?
be hunted. Letting my arrow fly and true.
What do you reckon's good against this one? Not that! Even got an attacking. How dare you? Moss and Piggin.
Letting my arrow fly
I come
and
to
true.
capture you. Okay, no, so each beast has a certain amount of charges you can use it for. So technically, stocking too many beasts actually isn't that good, but you can replace the beast you had
Thou
and
didst
get it off.
fight with courage.
At least now I understand that now. Level 7 for H'aanit, as we get the essence of pomegranate. To the right, onwards to Flamesgrace. Hello, what are you doing? There are so many creatures I've never seen before. I've been able to gather rare furs, claws, and tusks galore. Have you now? I think I'll take that. And maybe this as well. Thank you for telling me. Your reputation in town will suffer if you fail to win the battle against the nomadic hunter. That's interesting. What is this all about? Just leave him unconscious on the high road.
Now, letting us hunt him. Come in, if thou darest.
Look at all these different choices we have. Well, Linda's a good choice, but Pounce wasn't good enough. Ow, Linda!
And the hunt beginning.
Let's use a marmot. Ah, super strong marmot, man.
Sorcery.
Sorcerer, you can't poison me.
Holding back nothing.
Slash him up, super
The
marmot.
hunt ends.
Now here's a question. Status effects, I'm assuming, end after battle. I'm not going to be walking around with a poison. Let's see if we have won. Yes, we have won of. And beaten up of the poor merchant on the roadway. He wasn't a merchant. I couldn't buy stuff from him, honest. Right, we reached the Western Flamesgrace Wilds, which has a danger level of 4. Versus the level 1s we've been walking through. Pretty sparkly. Well, I'm going over here first.
Now,
So these
let
are
us
level
hunt
4 monsters then? Something tells me
Let my
they'd be
arrow
vulnerable
fly
to
and
fire.
My turn.
But we'll see what normal attacks there are first out of our selection.
Come in, if thou darest.
I think we might be able to knock this one off. Oh my goodness, they don't have as much HP as you would have thought. Stay alive, I'm going to capture you.
What next?
Gains the skill of freeze. Let's release Mr. Super Marmot that we used for a bit.
Thou didst
We'll
fight
gain
with
that skill.
courage.
Hopefully with the enemies here being harder, the glitter, that stuff never comes off. It's my life now. I live in the world of glitter. 800 in cash, thank you. Right, do I go up or down? I'm guessing down. Well, I gotta go right along a path. Up seems to be somewhere different, but I may as well have a
I'll make
look.
this
See, that's
quick.
more enemies. I'm glad I surprised them,
Letting the hunt beginning.
but that's a lot. That was what I was wondering. Does Lind attack multiple targets or not? The answer to that question, very yes.
Don't play.
Of course he'd be weak to fire.
Come in, if thou darest.
Alright, so with that in mind, axe him! Axe is one of the weakness too.
My turn.
Daggers is not.
What next?
What about bows? This is where it's like tests the vulnerabilities, isn't it?
Over here.
Swords? Nope. Okay then.
Letting the hunt begin.
Out of my way.
You want to capture one of these as well?
What's yours is mine.
Unable to steal anything. 90%, man. Oh.
Coming.
That attack. That attack. It was just incidental. What? As well, yeah.
Alrighty.
Super Steel. Inspiriting Plum.
What next? Coming.
Many axes. That's what's next.
I honor thee, my quarry.
Getting a little more experience per fight now, that's for sure. Alright, well, we're heading towards a cleric. A cleric would be quite handy considering what we've seen. I'm assuming this is going towards the harder level enemies, and I really don't want to go this way, so I'm actually going to head back down. Now that I know the path is severely winding, I think I'll do that. In terms of thief skills, though, there's still SP.
I appreciate it. Really?
So you can basically just spam that, and you'll always get more SP back. Pretty good. I'm guessing it works even better on someone who's broken, right? So is that just a spammable double attack? Okay, I'm using it without charge again. So it does even extra damage. SP7 back. We gained a net of 1. Why would I ever do a normal attack? You know?
Thou didst
sort them out. Sort them out. See you later, Cap. Alright. Any chest over this way? Yeah. Another healing grape. We won't find out what that's a cave there. Is that a cave or just an overhang? That's the question.
Come on, I've got better things to do.
Did I find out what other weaknesses this guy had?
Out of my way.
So technically then, I can charge that up, do crazy damage, get 12 SP. If I had the SP donating thing, Therion could become like a powerhouse of just allowing people to use techniques on the repetitive.
Letting the hunt begin.
Pretty cool when you think about it. I mean, obviously one of its weaknesses is going to be wildfire.
Don't play.
We're in Iceland. Not actual Iceland. Reykjavik. There's a thing to think about.
Thou didst fight his courage.
You would do a normal attack because even a double attack with dagger is outclassed by a normal sword attack. Yeah, but I'm talking about a one solitary non-charged attack would do 1 hit. By the look of it, Steel SP does 2 hits, which would take off 2 shields. So in terms of like going for a break, it seems to be better. Oh, wait a second. That was actually the way I was going. I am supposed to be going upwards. Yes. There's no alternate path.
Oh,
the right way was just a chest. Well, it's fine. I can grind experience.
If thou darest.
That's fine by me.
My turn. Try this.
Plus, it does a ton of damage.
Letting my arrow fly and true.
My turn.
It's just a nice ability all around.
Try this. Where's the nearest tavern?
Alright, H'aanit levels up once more. She also has enough job points to learn another ability, so we should probably do that. So another 100 on... Oh, that'll be also hopefully given incidental ability. 500 JP for Therion to learn the next one. Right, so this one. I don't necessarily think we need Mercy Strike. We might need it later. Because a single photo acts at the end of a turn for 2 turns. Works really well for breaking, doesn't it? but does it do damage? I mean, that could just be nice as a panic button to hit. So that's an Arrow Storm. We got Heightened Senses learned. Gain an increased chance of attacking first in battle. Equipping this skill with multiple characters will have no added effect. So that's across the whole party, then, by the sound of it. Not just for one. Not bad to learn more. Can you make it through those trees, maybe? I do wonder where the secrets are.
Standest thou against me? Then be hunted. Come in, if thou darest.
Fight every enemy in our path. Especially when we randomly get first attack option due to it. Oh, I've got to charge it, but it's still a kill anyway. 12 SP.
Come in, if thou darest.
You cannot argue with the level of usefulness still SP has. Fire! Is that like a ball that appears when he uses
Where's
wildfire?
the nearest tavern?
Right, Therion reaches level 10. Is there anything for reaching landmarks like level 10? No? Okay. I'm so lost. Right, so essentially we want to be taking a downward fork. There's Ophilia. There's actually Therion's recommended level 22 at Noble Corp. So the game really recommends you do not just charge through one story. You have to do it bit by bit by bit by bit. Where is H'aanit's chapter 2? Over there, level 27 recommended for H'aanit's. Okay. Maybe levels are based on how you recruit them. So we want to keep grinding as much as possible to reach these criteria. So sparkly, Snowy.
Letting us begin.
Who does not adore the graphical style? I'm going first. I don't want to go first.
Come in.
That's no good for me. Time to take him out then.
My turn. I appreciate it, really.
So good.
Letting my arrow fly and true.
Sugoi!
Thou didst fight with courage.
Blindeth the most to go on. Well, I'm not having trouble doing that. It's an RPG, so yeah, and it's also trying to hark back, of course, to older JRPGs. So grinding really is going to be Atlas Dam is upwards. Flamesgrace is down this way. There is multiple paths to take, one with a chest, but enemies first. This graphical style and taketh me back to mine olden gaming days. Indeed. Perfectly, perfectly figured that one. Right, so we want to attack that one. Looking at the actual turn bar above my face to say that if we break that one and then break the other one, life is really easy from here.
Letting the hunt.
The other thing we've allowed is we basically have Therion to just go straight for the throat on all of this now, because he can wildfire and then regain all his abilities on the next turn using Steel SP. So good.
And that's that.
I don't remember giant butlers in old games. Well, that's true. Giant sneaky thief butlers. Herb of Clamour. You could kind of tell beforehand that things were up. You snuck up on me. How? Ah. Well, it takes a thief to catch a thief, doesn't it?
Now, letting us hunt him.
Letting us hunt him.
What next?
This is where we end up playing with just H'aanit Therion throughout the whole game, never cycle anyone else in. Because of the cool. Therion's so useful, it seems, already. Of course, we'll meet other more useful characters. And then we've got Lettinus Hunton going on the other side of things. At least there's no back row, front row, as in
Come
damage
if
reductions.
thou darest. Thou didst fight with courage.
This is just all Twitch chat will be now, isn't it? Just endless oldie English. So the chat be in the speech of old speech? Because it's obvious me speak of it poorly. What game was I even playing? And so, Flamesgrace is reached. Let's start knocking out people. This is Flamesgrace, the very cradle of the Church of the Sacred Flame. Church, you say? I wouldn't be doing that if I were you, young'un. Damn it, this was not as dumb as they look. Well, I can come through and steal their stuff afterwards. Or actually, it gave me a reputation when I started her adventure. This is a shop.
Hey.
I hear it gets quite cold here, so items that can keep you warmer are a must. I just wear a shawl. Peacebringer's Garb. Maximum HP plus 98. Gained. Alright, that failed. Fell 3 more times and my rep will suffer. Oh my goodness, failing. 2 more times. Let's find someone with like something more worth stealing. And then use our free rep up to go really well. You just finished this chapter, did you? Well, I will finish it shortly. Ice Soulstone on Ice Soulstone M. Okay, this is not where we should be going at the moment. I know. I knoweth. You may think it's cold now, but this is warm spring zephyr compared to the town of Northreach. Siberia lately in the real world was hot as hell, wasn't it? Sleep with a given probability. Wait, I examined something? Wait, what? What did I examine then? There's something in the corner there? I'm confused. What did I do? Bottle of blinding dust, bottle of befuddling dust. What do you have to steal? This is how we work out our stuff now. What do you have to steal? Alright, well, there's the Cathedral of Flamesgrace over here. We'll start the story shortly. We want to use up our luck. Traditional dancer garb. A circlet. That's probably what I want to steal a bit more. Okay, no luck. One more time and my rep will suffer. Well, let's use our free get it back off. And let's meet our next character, eh? I take it you are Ophilia. Or cleric lady. Indeed. Liana, wait! I will perform the killing in your stead. Her name is Ophilia. She is a cleric. In her home of Flamesgrace, the great cathedral towers above all. Within it, its sheltering walls, she spends her days in service to the flame. She's been helping Liana, her dear friend and sister, prepare for the kindling. A holy pilgrimage carried out once every 20 years. But on the eve of Liana's departure, tragedy strikes, and Ophilia steels herself to set out on the pilgrimage, breaking the traditions of her faith in hopes of keeping her adopted family together. She will need brave allies on the path she has chosen. Someone who steals from people, and the other person who beats people up in the streets with her pet, Lind. A partner, Lind. Take Ophilia along! Indeed we shall. Hear the beginning of the tale. That we will. Why would we miss a tale? You know what? Why would we?
Come in. May the sacred flame light your path on this fine day. And may it ever shine its warmth upon you. How many times have we said those words? And yet, they seem to take on a whole new meaning now. Each day is one day closer to my departure. Perhaps I'm more nervous than I thought I was. Liana? You needn't worry about me. I was born to make the pilgrimage. My father did the same 20 years ago. As his daughter, I cannot let him down. You really are incredible, Liana. I don't know how you do it. What? As the Archbishop's only true-born daughter, everyone always expects so much from you. And yet you never fail them. Each of your sermons is more inspiring than the last. And now, the pilgrimage. So much is placed on you alone. Don't be silly. I'm not alone. I have you, don't I? And everyone at the cathedral. Why, you're the one who helped me think of a topic for that last sermon, Ophilia. You even stayed up nights with me to draft it. A willing set of ears and a few pretty words, that's all I could offer you. I wish I could do something that would truly help you. Oh, abandon such worries and come, my sister. Father is expecting us in the chapel.
And so we set out for it. Lovely little cleric. Right, let's check out the world. See what we can see. Is there a treasure chest already in there? Doesn't have to get a wiggle on when she sprints. In the beginning, the 13 gods created the land. They shaped the mountains, filled the seas, gave life to mighty trees and myriad beasts. And then they created men, who would become masters of the land. Yet one god, Galdera, was too greedy to part with his creations. And so the 12 deities of good were forced into a desperate struggle with the cruel Galdera, lord of the most infernal magics. In the end, the conflict was brought to a close by Aelfric, the Flamebringer, lord of all that is holy. Aelfric called astral fire down upon Galdera, sapping his strength, then sealed him away in the afterworld. A divine flame to chase the shadows. This is the sacred flame that shines down on the land of Orsterra, bringing warmth and guidance to its people.
There you are, my girls.
Your Excellency, may the sacred flame ever light your path. Have you need of us here, Father?
I wish to see you, that is all. Do carry on with your duties.
As you wish, Your Excellency.
It is as if the two of you have become women grown in but the blink of an eye. How long has it been, Ophilia, since you came to us?
15 years, Your Excellency, or near enough so.
15 years. I suppose it is little wonder that you have grown so.
I was but an orphan, Your Excellency, starving and sickly. I would not have lived to see this day if you had not taken me in. I may not have said it enough growing up, but my heart is full of gratitude for all that you have given me.
No need for such words, my child. We all follow the path the flame illuminates for us.
Come on, Feely. We're family. You, Father, and I. There's no need to be so formal about it. Why should you have to thank us for being with you? That's what family's for. Of course. You're right, Liana. And besides, Father may be a great archbishop in here, but we both know he's just an old layabout at home.
Isn't that right, Father?
An old layabout? Oh, you wound me, Liana.
I know your duties at the cathedral keep you busy, Father, but honestly, you're no help at all when it comes to keeping a household running. Would it kill you to cook a meal or dust the bookshelves from time to time?
Oh my. When you put it that way, I suppose I am quite useless after all.
So even the great and beloved Archbishop falls short in the discerning eye of his daughter.
So it would seem, Ophilia. So it would seem. Now, tell me, Liana. Are you prepared for your journey to the Cave of Origin?
But of course, Father. I am ready.
In the deepest recess of that cave is where you will find the first flame. You will take the ember to the churches across the realm, where it will serve to light the sacred fires that warm and protect all the lands. This is the kindling, the time-honored rite held without fail once every 20 years since the days of old. Your journey will not be an easy one. As soon as you step foot into the wilderness, you will be met with lawless villains and savage beasts. Yes, many a servant of the Church has made this journey throughout our history. Some have never returned. But I know you can do this, my daughter. Everyone has put their faith in you.
You have my word, Father. I won't let anyone down. I will carry out the rite, just as you did 20 years before.
Very good, my child. Very good.
Father? Are you all right, Your Excellency?
It's nothing to worry yourselves over. Just my years announcing their advance.
Oh, you mustn't sound so gloomy, Your Excellency. There is still so much we would learn from you before we let you call yourself Archbishop Emeritus. Ophilia is right, Father. Like she always is. You should retire for the day and let your body recuperate. We can handle things from here.
We will let the Pontiff know that you are resting in your chambers, sir.
When my two girls insist, who is this old man to deny them? I will leave the preparations for today's service to you.
We will take care of everything, Your Excellency.
I'll see Father back to his chambers.
Thank you, Liana. I will see to our duties here. Well then.
I suppose I had best start preparing for the next service at once. Oh my, what is a child doing here all alone? What is the matter, child? It's my mother! She's gone and I can't find her anywhere! Come back, mama! Don't leave me here all alone!
Won't you come with me?
Now, let's dry those tears. Why don't I help you look for your mother? Can you really find her?
Of course.
My child, the sacred flame will show us the way. Though I should be preparing for the service. No. I simply cannot abandon this poor boy. If I hurry, I should still be able to finish everything in time. What was with that crying sound? It blasted you in the face. Right, our path action is now available. She can guide townspeople and they will follow wherever she goes. That sounds weirdly menacing too. And yes, you might hear laughing come downstairs. Fun in the Olisandri household is put in chat. How dare it happen? Right. Interrupting my cutscenes, how dare you? Come with me, I'm going to show you to another land. You must be level 15 or higher to guide this person. Skills of mental augmentation. Summonable 8. Whatever that means.
Good day.
The holy blue fire of Alfric protects us and leads us through the darkness. There are rumors, however, of heretics who worship a black flame of evil. Yeah, you've got it right now. We can lead people out into a dark place, steal from them, and then pounce on them. This ain't good. Do we have to corrupt everything? Is nothing sacred in gaming?
Hello.
Many worshippers come to this cathedral to receive the guidance of the sacred flame. I can guide the individual with a skill of prayer with 9 summonable. I don't understand what that means yet, but obviously it will probably tell us. This sounds like something I need a bit more in depth of. Let's guide who we're supposed to guide, who has no extra stats. Let the flame guide your path. Really? You help me find her? Alright, let's go look for your mummy. Maybe I can guide them into battle. Wait, can I guide more than one person? So I can take a load of people with me if I want. Sweeping / summonable 9. I will not guide you, but it's interesting to see.
Yes.
South of the cathedral is the city centre. I hear the tavern there has the best meat around. Are you the mum? You are the mum! Found her!
Mother! Young man!
There you are!
Oh!
Sister Ophilia, how can I thank you for taking care of this little troublemaker of mine? And you, how many times must I tell you not to wander off on your own?
Actually...
Pray, do not scold the poor boy. He was so brave and good this whole time.
Thank you so much.
You were too kind, Sister Ophilia. I know how busy you are with your duties to the chapel. Thank you for helping me despite that. It is no wonder that the Archbishop is so proud of his 2 daughters. 2 daughters? Surely you must know that he is forever boasting of you and Sister Liana both.
Truly?
He does.
But of course.
Almost every time I speak to him. Come along now, you. Thanks, Sister Ophilia, and it's back home with you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Ophilia. It was my pleasure, child. But do try to stay with your mother in the future, yes?
I see.
Your Excellency. I will do all I can to be the daughter you would want me to be.
If I might.
Have a moment, sister. Hello.
Of course.
Yes. Might I be of some service, my good sir? Would you know where I might find His Excellency, the Archbishop? May I ask who is looking for him? Pray forgive my lack of manners. My name is Matthias, a trader with the Lionel Consortium. The Archbishop has generously deigned to engage in a transaction of sorts with us.
Well then.
A trader? I see. It's an honor to meet you, sir. I'm Sister Ophilia. Oh, so you are Sister Ophilia. I've heard so much about you. When the Archbishop contacted me to request my services, he spoke much of his 2 daughters. I also heard that Sister Liana will be the next flame bearer. The realm is blessed to have such a loyal servant. It is, as a matter of fact, to equip your sister for a forthcoming journey. The Archbishop has summoned me here today. Is that so? We are very much obliged for your support.
No.
Think nothing of it, good sister. It is the duty of the faithful to serve the church, as the church so tirelessly serves us.
No.
Sister Ophilia, you must come at once. Whatever is the matter?
It's a disaster!
Oh, Sister Ophilia, it's the Archbishop. His Excellency has collapsed.
But how
What?
could...
I will come at once. Master Matthias, forgive me for abandoning you when you have journeyed so far, but...
No.
Do not spare a moment's thought for me. Sister, pray, go to the Archbishop's side at once.
Forgive me.
Thank you for your understanding, sir. Please excuse me.